Welcome to Road Solver Tutorials. In these tutorials we are going to discuss how to calculate the payment levels from template calculation. How to calculate the template calculation for the payment levels, that is for the payment volume calculations. Now basics of payment levels in and area. Now this is a diagram, typical section, which is showing the 4 layers of the payment volume, payment layer. So here we make it only in the subgrade for the sample, for example, for the calculation. So in this subgrade we have to create the points which is already created from the template, the 1 2 3 4 5 6 up to 9 and number 11. This number 11 should be closed with the number 1. So payment levels will be calculated from the templates. Then each layer should be calculated separately. Then a point to be closed with first point of the section. The final point should be closed with the first point of the section. Then finally area will be calculated by closed polyline method. That area of the each payment volume layer should be calculated by the closed polyline method. Now in this in the method of calculation there is a reference calculation method which is using in the road solver program. So that is reference calculation, which is based on the ground station and slope and variables. This means there is a ground selection, after that slope and variable selections. In the ground, if you select this ground based on the ground stations only, the payment layer levels should be will be calculated. Okay, if you are choosing this slope and variable selection, even there is no ground available in the in the project, so it will be calculated based on the where the slope stations which is coming, also with the variable stations also calculated the payment level. Now this is a payment panel for the typical calculation. So first, this is a typical type. Second one, layer, which you are using the different layer, which is bituminous wear course, wearing course, and aggregate base course and subgrade, like that. This finally that one, it is a calculation station from to end. So in this method you have to calculate each layer separately, not calculate together one time. So you have to select each layer separate, then you can calculate that one. Finally this reference calculation station. This station will be calculated based on the ground selection or slope or variable selection. If user it is required for the slope and variable locations also, that will be also, if you select this option, so that will be also calculated. This type it is used to print out for the payment volume, which is sometimes this station, there is a big area, there is 3 kilometers, the slope will be the same slope, so this cross section will be repeated the same value from the beginning up to the some 3-4 kilometers to avoid to save the paper. So if you choose selection for the slope and variable at the time of printing, you can select this option. So only where the changes of the slope and variable, that location only printed in the output. So you can use that that variable also. So you can calculate that point also, the payment levels. Now before to calculate the calculation, so verify the following data which is available in the table or in the software. So first one is a PGL data, second one is the super elevation. If you are using in the template super elevation, so this will be also required. Then variable data, this also it is used in the template, so you can use the variable. Then finally that template for the each layer, then template assignment for each layer. These are the major things which is required for the calculation of the payment volume template. So this may confirm this data it is already inside the project. Now we will go to check how it will be work in this software. Now in the road solver, first we have to create the payment layers, which is bituminous varying course, base course and subgrade. First you have to create this one. Then second, you have to create the template models for the payment volume. There is a bituminous varying course template, base course and subgrade. Then after that you have to create from the payment volume, there is a varying course and base course and subgrade. So these are the this one, or the template which we are using the variable 1 and 2 something, and then MR and M super elevation also. So first I check that payment levels which is appear here, only pay top up and back one only, there is no another layers. So I go to the typical calculation. So I select the payment volume. First I select the bituminous varying course. So I choose this ground section. So then I choose only the 1000 for the past calculations. So I make this calculate. So that will be calculated. So it will be finished. So same method you can make it base course. Now it is finished. Then subgrade. Now it will be all 3 layers will be completed. So you can check in the payment levels panel. So just to check varying course, it is available. Then base course. Then it will be the subgrade. So all data will be stored in the table of the payment volumes. So this is a method which we are using calculate that payment volume levels for the calculation of the payment volume. Thank you.